99.9 postgame show.
All right, well, that was an eventful one. Tommy on to my left, Brett Bonnet still on my right, Tyler Sear in the middle. That was a interesting game for sure, folks. The final score here for the Navin Memorial Center, it's a 6-3 victory for the Brockville Braves. Game 2 comes Friday at the Brockville Memorial Center. It should be on Mixler.com. If not, it's on Hockey TV. We tend to have some Wi-Fi issues in Brockville, but we're trying to get them worked out because, well, this series goes to length. That's 3 games in Brockville that we're going to miss out on. So we don't want to miss those. But let's get into this game in review. Tommy, your thoughts on the game first and foremost.
Well, it was a great game for Brockville. A pretty good game for Navin. Just got not outplayed even. I wouldn't even say they got outplayed. They had the majority of the pressure in that game. They just couldn't find a way to get a puck through Sammy Molu. They found 3 shots. They were all from towards the top, above the slot, above the hash marks, in the top of the slot area, through traffic into the top corner. So those were all 3 of the goals that Navin scored. I think at least 4 of the goals that Brockville scored were within 5 feet of the goal, just banging in rebounds, causing havoc, crashing, banging, finding a way to get to the net, get some traffic in front, get rebounds, and just put stuff through Braden McIntosh. I don't think Navin did enough of the banging and crashing out in front. I think Brockville did a great job of keeping Navin away from the front of the net. It was a pretty good game for both teams. It was just, that's really the one difference for me, is they weren't able to finish off on all the chances that they had.
Brett, the period that the play that decided it.
The play that decided the game. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly which play decided it. It was one of those goals in the second period, probably from the Brockville Braves. But I look at some Navin grads that didn't show up today. Blake Butler, Blake Hall, Daddario, and Parsons. Those 4 players need to be way better on Friday night to be able to beat the Brockville Braves. I wouldn't have expected 9 goals to be scored. That's for sure. I think we'll see a much tighter game on Friday. But again, I hand it to the Brockville Braves winning a lot of those little battles on the boards. Those 50-50 pucks, basically, that Brockville sometimes came out on the right side of, and they also took advantage of some poor D-zone turnovers from Navin.
All right, well, let's get into our 3 stars and our scoring summary. So, Tommy, our 3rd star of the evening.
From Navin, it's Simon Singer, who I think played a great game. He was great on both ends of the puck. He had a couple of chances. I think he found the back of the net on one of those chances for Navin, but he was very physical. He was involved in the physicality. He got hit a bit at the beginning of the game, but as the game went on, he started becoming the one who did the hitting. He was a very physical presence on the back end for Navin. He did a good job of boxing players out from the front of the net. He was a really good defenseman for Navin tonight.
Brett, our 2nd star of the evening.
Do we have one yet?
Yeah, it's...
oh, sorry.
I believe it's there. I believe it's right here. Yeah, we had a little bit of an issue with the
okay, there we go. Sorry, Zach Binyeris, and he was the beneficiary of a Brockville goal, just right on the doorstep, a result of hard work in and around the net. And he also did the heavy lifting, I think, on another goal where he was the prime assist.
Just everywhere all night.
A solid game from Binyeris.
Our first star of the evening is none other than Brockville's number 21. I hate to say it, but Aiden Yard. What a game. What a game, Aiden Yard. The former preseason Navin grad took the trip to Collingwood, played in 3 games in Collingwood. 3 games, 3 days. He played in 3 games for Collingwood. He played against Gatineau twice. So, no, I mean, Yardy likes to score goals against Navin, we find. But that first one, what a beauty it was. What a beauty.
Just a fantastic goal, and the second one as well, just 2 snipes that he had in this game.
Bar Mexico.
He did absolutely everything tonight, including scoring 2 goals, but he also was a little bit of a sandpaper-like player out there tonight.
It was hard hitting.
Getting in underneath the skin of a few Navin grads here and there. That's the type of player that you want on your roster come playoff time, guys, and it came to fruition tonight. Got 2 goals. Brockville gets the win, a big road victory in Game 1. Ole.
Scoring summary in the first at 3:37. Elliott gets the scoring started at 13:06. Nico Paone with a power play goal. What a one-timer that was. In the second, Yard scored his first of the game, assisted by Elliott and Yeager. At 6:03, Savignac scored his first of the game, assisted by Carpenter and McDougall. At 7:31, Beniers scored a goal, assisted by Yeager and Ledrew. And at 16:36, Yard scored his second, assisted by Beniers and Ledrew. At 18:14, Singer scored his first of the postseason on the power play, assisted by Butler and Crate. In the third, it was Barnard with both the goals at 7:52, and at 15:16, that one was on the power play. So the final score here from Navan, 6-3. That puts a wrap on this game. What do you guys think is going to happen on Friday?
Well, hopefully a much better game from the Grads. They got out started well. They were able to stay in the game up until maybe the midpoint of the second period. Even in the third period, they were still able to fight back into this game. They just couldn't quite finish off their chances.
It felt like space was really limited, Brett. It felt like space was really limited, and that's something the Braves did really well. They just kept closing in on the Grads, and the Grads just, they were caught in a strangle, and it felt like there was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, and I mean, when you have like 2 or 3 of the opposing team's sweaters surrounding you, there's nowhere to go, right? You're surrounded. They're forcing turnovers, so we're going to see a much better spirited effort from the Navan Grads come Friday night. They have no interest in going down 2-0 to Brockville, but there's a reason why this team won 37 games this season.
Yeah.
You're going to see a much better Grad team.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, only one game, and it's Ottawa up 3-0 on Cornwall with 39 seconds to go in the third. So Ottawa is probably going to take a 1-0 series lead there. Brockville takes the 1-0 series lead. Thank you so much for listening to us, as tonight's Navan Grads broadcast was brought to you by Navan Bookkeeping and Costello's Pizza, the official sponsors of the Navan Grads. We'll see you on Friday. You've been listening to Bogart Cup Playoffs on CKDJ 107.9, the CCHL's official playoff radio network.